I'm standing outside his office. My husband died 6 months ago protecting me from a madman with a hatchet. But the man inside that room has his face, his voice, his scar behind his left ear. Everyone says I'm insane. My best friend says I'm hallucinating from grief. But I know what I saw. If you love stories like this, subscribe now. This isn't about finding closure. This is about finding the truth they're all hiding. And when I do, someone's going to pay for the lies. But this nightmare didn't start in that office. It started 5 years ago when I met Kieran on a blind date. He was ordinary, a programmer with dead parents and an average salary, but he looked at me like I was the only person in the room. He was kind, gentle, the type of man who'd remember my favorite handbag brand from a passing comment. "Helen, don't get hurt," he'd say every time I reached for a knife. He'd take it from my hands and chop the vegetables himself. That's who Kieran was. We married within months, not because we had to, because he wanted to. Every morning he'd wake up early to make breakfast. Every night he'd ask about my day. When I cried, he'd hold me without asking why. He was the only good thing in my life. Then came the attack. We were walking home when a man with a hatchet started swinging at random people. Kieran pushed me behind him. "Run, Helen, run!" The blade came down. He blocked it with his arm. Blood everywhere. He fell. I screamed until my throat burned. The ambulance took 40 minutes. He died before we reached the hospital. At the funeral, my friend Mabel held my hand. "Helen, he loved you deeply. He'd want you to live." I nodded. I didn't believe her. How could I live when half of me was buried in that coffin? 6 months later, Mabel called. "Helen, I got you a job at my company. It'll help you move on." I didn't want to move on, but I needed money, so I went. That's when I saw him, standing in the lobby, same height, same build, same scar behind his left ear that Kieran got from falling as a child. My chest stopped. "Kieran," I whispered. He turned. His eyes were cold, empty. Security removed this woman. His voice was Kieran's voice, but the words weren't Kieran's words. Mabel grabbed my arm. "Helen, that's Callan Stone. He's a finance tycoon from overseas. He just returned to take over his family's company." I shook my head. "No, that's Kieran. That's my husband." "Helen, look at me." Mabel's voice was sharp. "Callan Stone is ruthless. He's nothing like Kieran. You're seeing things because you're grieving." I wasn't seeing things. I knew my husband's face. I knew the way he breathed, the way he stood. That was Kieran. But everyone acted like I was insane. The security guards whispered. The secretaries laughed. "Another delusional woman," they said. "Celebrities fight over Mr. Stone. This nobody thinks she has a chance." Mabel got me the job anyway. "Helen, please stop this. Callan will call the police if you harass him again." I didn't stop. I watched him from my desk. He was cold to everyone, harsh. He fired people without hesitation. He threatened his own uncle at a funeral. "We can bury you next to Uncle Benny if you'd like," he told the old man. Everyone feared him. Kieran was never like that. Kieran was soft, patient. He'd never threaten anyone. Maybe Mabel was right. Maybe grief had broken something in my brain. Then I saw him at the cemetery, standing at Kieran's grave, alone, staring at the headstone like he was mourning. Why would a stranger mourn my husband? I confronted him. "Why are you here?" He didn't look at me. "Leave. This is where Kieran died protecting me. Why are you here?" "I have nothing to say to a fool who believes in love." He walked away. That's when I knew. He was hiding something. They were all hiding something. I needed proof. DNA proof. Just one strand of his hair, and I'd know the truth. Subscribe if you want to know what I found. I waited outside his office. Mabel was inside with him. The door was cracked open. I heard them talking, low voices, serious tones. I pushed the door. "What's this?" They both froze. Mabel recovered first. "Helen, Mr. Stone and I are discussing an employee who made a mistake, that's all." Callan's eyes were ice. "You're fired if this happens again." I left, but I heard enough. They were hiding something, and I was going to find out what. I needed that hair sample. But before I could get it, Mabel called me to her office. "Helen, sit down." I sat. She looked nervous. "I need to tell you something. Kieran and I, we had an affair." The room tilted. "What?" "I'm sorry. It was before he died. I didn't want to hurt you, but you need to know the truth. That's why I ran a DNA test between Kieran's hair from his brush at your house and Callan's hair. They're not the same person." I couldn't breathe. "You're lying." "I'm not. I have the test results. Callan Stone is not Kieran. Your husband cheated on you, Helen. He wasn't perfect. You need to move on." I stood. My legs were shaking. "Get out. Helen, get out." Callan appeared in the doorway. "Looks like your perfect husband wasn't so perfect after all." His smile was cruel. "Only a fool believes in love. You thought he loved you, but he still cheated." "Shut up," I whispered. "Don't insult him. You don't know who Kieran was. I just heard your best friend confess. Your perfect husband had an affair with her." I slapped him hard. He didn't flinch. "If you like the way I look this much, I can indulge you. But it'll have to be a secret. I have a fiancée." I ran. Out of the office, out of the building, into the rain. I didn't stop until I reached home. I locked the door. I screamed into a pillow until my voice gave out. Kieran wouldn't cheat. He wouldn't. But Mabel had a DNA test. She had proof. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was insane. Days passed. I stopped going to work. I stopped answering calls. Then Callan showed up at my door. "Open up, Helen. Go away. I'm not leaving until you open this door." I opened it. He stood there in the rain, soaked. "What do you want?" "To talk." "I have nothing to say to you." He stepped inside without permission. "You've been avoiding everyone. Because everyone thinks I'm crazy." "You are crazy." He paused. "But maybe you're right." My heart stopped. "What?" "Maybe I am Kieran." His voice was different now, softer. "But I can't tell you why. Not yet. It's too dangerous." "What are you talking about?" He didn't answer. He just left. I didn't understand. Nothing made sense. But I knew one thing. He admitted it. He was Kieran. Now I needed to know why he faked his death. Why he became Callan Stone. Why he let me suffer for 6 months thinking he was dead. I went back to work. I watched him. I waited. One night, I followed him to a warehouse. He met with dangerous-looking men. They argued. Money exchanged hands. Then he saw me. "Helen, what are you doing here?" "Following you." "It's not safe." He grabbed my arm. "You need to leave." "Not until you tell me the truth." Before he could respond, someone grabbed me from behind. A cloth covered my mouth. Everything went black. She still didn't know the truth, but she was about to discover it, and it would destroy everything. I woke up in a basement. Mabel was there. "Helen, I'm sorry, but Callan paid me to do this. You kidnapped me. He wanted to scare you into stopping your investigation, but I can't do this anymore." She was crying. "I'll tell you everything if you help me escape." "Tell me now." "Callan is Kieran. He faked his death to escape his family. The Stones are dangerous, elite, ruthless. He wanted a normal life with you. But they found him, forced him back. The attack with the hatchet wasn't random. It was planned. They tried to kill you to punish him for leaving. My entire body went numb. He knew. He saved you, then faked his death to draw them away from you. Everything he did was to protect you. Then why the lies? Why pretend to be someone else when he came back? Because he wasn't sure you'd forgive him." Callan burst through the door before Mabel could say more. "Helen, are you hurt?" His voice cracked. This wasn't cold Callan. This was Kieran. "I know the truth," I said quietly. "Mabel told me everything." He froze. "Helen, don't. Just don't." I stood. "You faked your death. You let me mourn you for 6 months. You watched me break apart and did nothing. I had to protect you. By lying? By hiring my best friend to spy on me? By making me think I was insane?" "Yes." His voice was raw. "The Stones would have killed you. I had to make sure they believed Kieran was dead. And when you came back as Callan, why keep lying? Because I was afraid you'd never forgive me. He stepped closer. Helen, I love you. Everything I did was for you. I wanted to scream, to hit him, to run. But I couldn't, because part of me understood. Take me home. He did. We didn't speak. When we arrived, I turned to him. You want forgiveness? More than anything. Then you're going to earn it. I opened the door. You'll cook every meal, you'll do every chore, you'll answer every question I have, and you won't leave this house without my permission. Helen, those are my terms. Take them or leave. He nodded slowly. I'll take them. Days turned into weeks. He kept his promise. He cooked. He cleaned. He answered every painful question. Slowly, the walls between us crumbled. Then I found out I was pregnant. Kieran, I'm pregnant. He dropped the plate he was holding. What? I'm pregnant. He pulled me close. Helen, this is the happiest day of my life. Don't celebrate yet, I said softly. I'm getting a DNA test. His face went pale. You still don't trust me. I need to know the baby is yours, not Callan's, not some stranger's. Helen, I'm Kieran, I'm Callan, they're the same person. Then the test will prove it. It did. The baby was his. Kieran's, Callan's, ours. I forgive you, I whispered that night. But if you ever lie to me again, I won't. I swear on our child's life. I believed him, because this time I saw the truth in his eyes. No more masks, no more lies, just us. Finally free. We're still together. The baby's due in 3 months. Sometimes I catch him staring at me like he did on our first date, like I'm the only person in the room. What are you thinking? I ask. That I'd fake 1,000 deaths if it meant keeping you safe. I smile. Good thing you only had to fake one. He laughs. It's the first real laugh I've heard from him in years. Some truths destroy you, others set you free. Ours did both.